Yo, what's up everyone? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're diving into that 2020 horror development hell movie, The New Mutants. It all starts with Dani. Her life turns into a total dumpster fire. Her dad dies, and she wakes up handcuffed to a bed in some sketch clinic. Dr. Reyes pops in and tries to gaslight her, saying she's the lone survivor of a tornado. Dani, obviously not buying this BS, enters full depressed protagonist mode while mourning her family. Turns out she's special.
But the reason you survived is because you're a very uncommon girl.
Shocker, right? Which is why she survived. When asked about her mutation, she just nods. Reyes gives her the tour of this family-friendly spot. This is Dani's new home until she learns to pull off some Jennifer Lawrence-level stunts. Next morning, we meet the other patients, basically the weird kids table in the cafeteria. Everyone shares their mutation stories. Ileana, the resident mean girl, is supposed to show Dani the ropes. When Dani tries to ask questions, Ileana literally shuts her up with a hand puppet. Yeah, she's not like other girls. Oh wait.
No offense.
Oh, it's time for…
Run, you girl, run!
But plot twist, she runs straight into an invisible energy dome. Later, Dani catches a bad case of PTSD and decides to yeet herself off the church roof. But then Ronnie shows up.
It would kill me instantly. I wouldn't feel a thing.
Real Sherlock observation there, Dani. Ronnie talks her down. Then we have Sam, the cannonball guy who flies at light speed but has major daddy issues and a dark past. And Roberto, who for some reason is stuck doing the dishes. Great use of superpowers, guys. Late night, Dr. Reyes is watching them on CCTV like it's Big Brother. Dani's vitals are spiking because of nightmares. Sam hears weird noises from a washing machine, touches it, and catches a flashback to a mining accident with his dad. Meanwhile, Dani hits the showers and finds Ronnie there. Whoa, showering together already? Ron didn't even buy her dinner first. Smooth. Dani sees a mark on Ronnie's shoulder, but Ron bolts because it's a touchy subject. Sam is still struggling with self-acceptance. The doctor decides to host a yoga class. Not exactly the hot instructor we were hoping for, but whatever. Ileana keeps bullying Dani, but Dani finally stands her ground.
You don't scare me. My dad told me about is like you.
A full-on catfight breaks out while everyone else just stands around and watches. The fight goes off the rails when Ileana pulls out her built-in lightsaber, but the doctor saves the day and sends everyone to their rooms. That night, something takes over Dani. The doctor finds her drenched in blood. She takes some blood samples to figure out what kind of crazy power Dani is packing and drops the bomb. You young mutants are too dangerous, so we're keeping you locked up. So much for that safe environment. Oh, come on, Dr. Reyes. That's just a fancy way of saying the exact same thing. Ronnie goes to the church and sits in for a confession, but her fear takes over when she senses someone enter, and she suddenly screams. Later, all of them show Dani their secret escape spot in the attic, where they play the classic game of truth or dare, except this time it's hooked up to a lie detector. They take turns, and when it's Dani's turn, Ileana ditches the lie detector and starts firing questions at her directly. Dani tells a story about a demon bear her father once told her about, but Ileana quickly gets bored and takes her turn. The game gets way too real, way too fast when Dani asks,
Why are you here?
And Ileana answers flatly.
Yes, I killed 18 men.
The lie detector confirms it's true, leaving everyone stunned. What they don't realize is that their secret hideout isn't really a secret at all. The doctor has a camera up there too, and is watching them. The next day, she talks to them about obedience and trust, saying it's necessary if they want to be transferred to her superior's facility. Sam, meanwhile, is furious.
I'm seeing things, terrible nightmares.
Well, howdy brother. Someone says that accent really got him that night. Ileana spikes Dr. Reyes, and the group decides to have some fun mocking the X-Men. Pretty insensitive, especially when you're literally being paid to be X-Men. Oh, just wait till you hear about Captain America. Sam invites Dani to show her something, and the two of them leave the room. Classic mutant behavior. I know a place, followed by crawling into the vents. Meanwhile, Sam opens up to Roberto about his past and what really landed him here. Well, that's not as bad as Ileana's, right? But when Sam asks Roberto about his own story, Roberto says nothing and walks away. Rude. The end of the vent turns out to lead outside the hospital. Dani is pleasantly surprised. Out of all the places they could have gone after escaping the hospital, where do they go first? The cemetery, of course. They lie on the grass, staring up at the massive bubble cage the doctor built. Roberto lies down too, looking back toward his girlfriend when he hears someone humming nearby. He goes to check it out and finds Ileana swimming in the pool. Now, who's gonna pass up an opportunity like that? Definitely not Roberto. Ileana suggests they play a game of catch. Meanwhile, that night, Rane and Dani share their first kiss, and Dani sees Rane's mutant eyes. Ileana and Roberto's game of catch starts getting a little too intimate, but Roberto pulls away when his body starts heating up. Ileana is confused, and Roberto explains how he burned his girlfriend with his own hands. Guess that's what they mean by too hot to handle. Ileana asks him to catch her again, but this time, she disappears. She's back in her room, scribbling all over the walls. Roberto, meanwhile, feels a hand slide down his back. He turns around, and a burned figure rises from the water. Terrified, he scrambles out of the pool as it starts chasing him. The fire alarms go off, and Ronnie's animal instincts kick in as she rushes to help Roberto. The chaos wakes the doctor, who runs out to the pool. Roberto's going full Human Torch, but the doctor quickly shoves him into the water to put him out. After everything, Ileana walks in and plays dumb.
What?
But Roberto isn't buying it.
Ileana tried to kill me!
It wasn't me.
Furious, he says he needs to leave.
The cops are getting out of me.
The doctor, who just woke up and missed most of the action, disagrees.
You're not going anywhere.
Ileana steps in and mocks her. Hey kids, you know what you get when you talk back? Grounded.
Initiate lockdown.
The next day, the doctor sits down with Dani and starts asking her detailed questions about the night she was brought in. As Dani walks her through what happened, she slowly grows more tense, and flashes of memories she doesn't recognize begin surfacing. Around the same time, both Ileana and Rane are confronted by literal demons from their pasts, and Rane is later found in a horrifying state by the doctor and the others.
What happened to her?
As it turns out, it's being caused by Dani's mutant ability, one she didn't even know she had. Ileana is the first to put the pieces together, and the moment she realizes it, she lunges at Dani and attacks her. But Dani instinctively fights back by projecting a terrifying image of a masked man. Ileana screams and collapses in shock. Dr. Reyes uses the moment to sedate Ileana. Later, Dani visits her to return her puppet, and that's when she finally hears Ileana's side of the story about the Slender Man, like figures who abused her and left scars that never healed. Not long after, Dani's evaluation results come in, stating that the subject presents an extreme danger. Yeah, that would have been helpful a little earlier, but thanks. The report even recommends termination. Dani opens up to Rane about the vision she had and the children she saw, slowly coming to the realization of what her powers actually do. Before she can fully process it, the doctor calls her in for yet another examination and leads her into an isolated room. Meanwhile, Rane joins Ileana and Sam, and the three of them begin hearing music echoing down the hallway. Ileana immediately recognizes it's coming from her room. Ron heads off to find the doctor, while Ileana opens the door and suddenly finds herself reliving memories from her childhood. Sam tries to comfort her and reassure her that it isn't real, but seconds later he panics and yells for her to run as the Slender Man begins chasing him. Someone manages to grab Ileana, while Sam fights the creature off with a fire extinguisher and knocks it to the ground. Elsewhere, Roberto is completely lost in his own little jam session while doing the dishes. He's suddenly attacked by a Slender Man as well, but reacts quickly and uses his powers to fight back. Back with Dani, Dr. Reyes has her tied up and is preparing to kill her, convinced it's the only solution. What she doesn't realize is that Ronnie is already on her way. Ronnie bursts in and tackles the doctor, but Reyes grabs a scalpel and stabs her before shoving her aside and escaping. Despite the injury, Ronnie manages to untie Dani and help her back to her feet. The doctor then runs into Sam and Ileana in the hallway. Sam urges Ileana to use her powers and fight back, but she vanishes into thin air, leaving Sam frustrated and alone. Moments later, he's cornered by demons that aren't even his, forcing him to use his powers to escape. He runs straight into Roberto, and together they witness Ileana absolutely destroying a Slender Man with her lightsaber skills. That was hot. Roberto now is not the time. As the group reconnects, they finally uncover the truth about the institution and the Essex Corporation, which feels like a complete betrayal of everything Professor X stood for. Realizing they're running out of time, they come up with a plan to end this once and for all and escape before Dr. Reyes can hurt Ronnie again. Using her heightened senses, Ronnie follows the scent of the doctor's blood and tracks her down. When they confront Dr. Reyes, she insists that she's still trying to save them, even as she traps them all inside bubble-like force fields. She finally explains Dani's power in full. Dani pulls people's deepest fears and secrets from their minds and turns them against them. Just as things seem hopeless, a perimeter breach occurs, and Dani fully embraces her abilities, summoning the Demon Bear. She's pulled back into the night of the tornado, while the others are still fighting for their lives. Illyana tells the rest to help Dani while she takes on the monster herself, charging straight at the bear without hesitation.
I'm gonna marry that girl.
Lockheed is revealed to be a real pet dragon and Illyana's loyal companion. Dani is taken to the church, while Sam heads back out to help Illyana, but the bear follows them inside and attacks Dani and Ronnie. Everything spirals out of control as they're knocked out one by one. Dani tries to face the demon alone until Roberto finally arrives and uses his powers to snap her out of it. He tells her she has to wake up, or they're all going to die honestly. Peak Monday motivation. Dani sees her father, hears his words, and finally wakes up. By accepting her fear, she tames the demon, allowing it to rest. She removes her necklace, and just like that, the bear disappears. They all survive, and when the dust settles, the bubble barrier surrounding the facility is gone, leaving them free to finally walk away.